So I want to talk about some trade I took today and why I took the trade. First of all, let me say I only trade supply and demand. I made a video before, but unfortunately I did not save the video, but you can still relate through this video. I only trade supply and demand, only supply and demand. Sometimes I look at support and resistance structures, but I only use them to guide myself. I only trade supply and demand. That is what I trade. So we entered a long today from this place and we close the trade here. We entered a long today from this place. Why we entered a long was because of this supply zone, of this demand zone right here. So if we scale down to 5 minutes, if we scale down to 5 minutes, you will find that something that the market reversed at this zone right here. Let me just show you, it reversed at this zone right here. And this is a very valid demand zone because it has a lot of criteria. It created fair value gap and a lot of things, and it has not been tested before, you see. So that was when we entered the trade from here. We closed the trade here, then entered another trade here again. I entered another trade at this position because when it broke structure, I closed the trade and I waited for it to come back to retest this supply, this demand zone again. I don't know why I always like calling demand supply, but all are the same. This demand zone, I waited for it to reverse here, then I entered again. Now, if you look at the trade now, you will see that we're aiming for this supply zone here. This is what we're aiming for now. This, okay, let me check it out on 5 minutes. This supply zone here, this is what we're aiming for right now. So at this point, I can even enter another position because let me just enter another buy position here. But it's a risky trade because I still feel like the market has not come down here to fill this space. But whatsoever thing we are waiting for, we want this zone to be touched first. Then we think of what to do if we're closing our trade there or not, because at the bigger time frame there's still a lot of things up that the market wants to do. If you look at the daily candle now, it's showing red. Look at this other last yesterday candle, it shows green because yesterday it went up, it created a liquidity. Today on came down, and if you go to the 4 hour time frame, you see it swept a lot of liquidity, it swept a lot of people out of the trade, and now it's heading, I don't know if it's heading up or down, whatever place. I only react to whatever the market do. I don't predict what the market do. I only react to whatever thing it does, you know. So right now looking at the 4 hour, you would think the 4 hour is going up aggressively for all this liquidity around this place. You would think the 4 hour is going up for this all this liquidity around this place. That is what I just think is doing. So I think I'm waiting for it to come sweep this position too. I trust. I don't know. I just want you to go sweep this position. But if you look at it right now, the 4 hour candlestick has just 52 minutes remaining and it's causing some reversal. Those reversal are not healthy. This reversal is not healthy. Like when I mean healthy, I mean for the trade we are in particular right now, it's not what we want to see. But at least we'll react to what the market does. we don't push the market to do its thing, like we only react to what it does. Right now, we are just waiting for our take profit to get hit here. Here is where the take profit is. So that's just what we're waiting for. Once it gets here, we'll take a partial profit because I still feel there is a liquidity here that the market is coming for. I feel so. I don't know why, but I feel so. I feel so that the market is coming for that liquidity. The market might still come down here to touch out this demand zone, but the market is aiming for some liquidity. It swept the downside liquidity already. Now it's aiming for the upside liquidity. And the upside has a lot of liquidity to offer. A lot of liquidity for smart money to sweep. So we don't just do our mind here. We follow the what the market does. We follow its plan, you know, because it might still be aiming for down, down. You don't know. We don't know what it's doing. We just like wait for it to react, then we react. Wait for it to just show us some little confirmation, then we react. Because right now, the 5 minutes is showing some kind of massive reversal, of which this reversal seems so downwards to me because this zone, the market has been aiming for this zone and it just created what will I call it, inducement here. It created inducement here. So if the market is to head for this zone down here now, I will lose my trade I entered here because I entered one trade here. I entered another trade here. But on this trade, I will be using a very tight stop loss because I was using this zone here. So if the trade is reversing, then I think I'm going to close my trade early. So that's just it. For now, let's see how the trade goes. Volatility 100 index. If you want to hop in the trade, you can still hop in the trade, but we are on a massive reversal right now. So let's just see how it goes and hopes nothing bad happens. Stay positive while trading. You don't just give yourself negativity all the time. Oh. No, don't be negative. Stay positive while trading. Even when you lose, stay positive. That's just the fact. Honestly, that's just the fact about life, about trading. It's not for soft-minded people. Trading doesn't care if you lost your mother or your father or lost anyone. What trading is here for you to do is just to help you accomplish all the things you want to accomplish if you are patient and focus on just making it look simple as ABC. That's just it. Trust me, you don't need much thing. I only trade supply and demand, so that's just it. The chart might look a little bit dirty to you because of the merge zones, but let's see how it goes. I entered the trade from here, so let's see how it goes. And I have a trade that is around here right now, so because we use this zone. But right now, I prefer looking at the 4 hour time frame. But something happened to me today. I had a mark at the 5 minutes time frame, but instead of me going there to look at the 5 minutes, I went down to look at my 4 hours. I was just focusing on my 1 hour, focusing on my 1 hour. Before I look, the trade went to touch my 5 minute supply zone and started reversing without me knowing because I wasn't focusing on this little time frame. I know the bigger time frame shows what is really necessary, but when it comes to supply and demand, the smaller time frames are also necessary because Sometimes the market wants to go to that extreme zone, that extreme zone. Sometimes you don't want to go to the extreme zone, you just want to reverse from 15 minutes, which is related to 1 hour. Sometimes you want to reverse from 5 minutes. So that's just the thing. You just need to stay on track, like so that you don't just get cut off on time. Right now, I'm looking like this trade. I feel this trade is coming down here. But if it's coming down here, then I think I'm going to break even of this trade here. Then re-enter the process again from that position. That's what I just think. So let's watch what's going on right now. It seems like we are on drawdown, but we're not really on drawdown because we have some trades down here. So guiding the other trade, but it's causing drawdown on my account right now. Let me check. Yeah, it's causing some little drawdown on my account right now because I had some trades also that losses. I entered another trade here. But let's just see how it goes. I believe, I don't know, I can't say I believe though, but I'm aiming for the stop. This is what I'm aiming for. That's just what I'm aiming for. That's just the thing. I can't just fake it. That's what I'm aiming for. So let's go. I'm taking a big risk here right now. This position. I'm taking a big risk here right now. At this position right now. Yeah, when I mean big risk, I mean big risk. Very big risk. Like times three of times two of what I was supposed to use. I'm just doubling the size a little bit because I just feel like the stop loss are tight, so I'll be using tight stop loss for these trades right now. Yeah, tight stop loss 26 plus 26. So I guess let me just I don't think I should close that trade for now though. Let me just leave it to keep running. But on this position, I just think like let's see what happens. Just our risk is here. So let's see what happens here. If the trade is going to reverse from this place or not. I have a good feeling it's going to reverse from that place, but sometimes it doesn't trigger my trade. You go your reach and near and small, you go your run. But if it doesn't trigger your trade like and you set your trade in the main zone, it means that trade was not meant to be triggered. Honestly, if the trade wasn't triggered, it means that trade wasn't meant to be triggered. And once it wasn't, it isn't triggered at all, and the trade start going in your direction, don't just jump into the trade. Wait for it to create another like supply zone again or demand zone. that is an opportunity for you to hop in again. But you just hopping into the trade from the middle or anywhere, you might be earning profit, but that's not the right thing. That's not what you really planned on doing, and that might still not go your way because sometimes trading isn't just like you don't just feel like your technical analysis will work all the time or your fundamental analysis or whatsoever thing. You just need to just trust yourself and put in effort on the things you do. All trades are triggered right now, and we are on great, massive drawdown. I think I will attach the account to the video so you see the drawdown we are on right now. But we're still keeping the trade because yeah, losing we'll be losing at least almost we'll be losing almost $70 on this trade if it doesn't go our way. And that is not what we want. We don't want the trade like to go against us. We want it to go our way. You see? So that is how it happens sometimes. You see, the drawdown, massive drawdown right now. I took a big risk at this position, thinking because I was very, like too much believing that the trade was going to like reverse from that position. But you don't always put your 100% on trade, like thinking that if you say it will reverse from there, it will reverse from there just because it's a zone. Nah. Okay, now look at the 1 hour time frame. Now you will see that the 1 hour time frame is creating a very strong sell candle, which might really want to break past this our stop loss. But at the other hand, it's sitting on a zone which it might likely want to reverse off the zone. So that is why I say you need to be looking at the bigger time frame and the smaller time frame, not just trading one time frame. The bigger time frame takes your mind off the stress, but the smaller time frame gives you like just tells you the story. Why the bigger time frame just like they are the boss, they don't talk too much, they just make their moves. So that's it. In the 1 hour candlestick, we have 39 minutes remaining, and the 4 hour candlestick we have 39 minutes remaining too. Okay, and the 4 hour candlestick now is showing a full sign of reversal, a full selling candle, which means it's aiming for our stop loss because this 4 hour candle is really aggressive right now. Trust me, it's really aggressive right now. We are in a massive drawdown right now. We're losing. Okay, now we are in a big drawdown, bro. A very big drawdown. So that's how trading works. It's not always 100%, but I keep taking the risk, because it's a risky game. If you sometimes like you might not want to take some trade out of fear because you lost your last trade, or like just based on some little trauma, doubts, maybe the zone is not my zone, all those stuff. That is just why you need, if you want to backdate or start trading with real money, not demo. So you feel the emotions behind it, or not just some fake stuff, or just wait for somebody to really tell you that this is how it happened. No matter how somebody teach you emotional stuff about trading, you will never cash it up unless you experience it yourself, unless you feel the experience of it yourself. That's just trading for you. Honestly, we were in a drawdown, but now as you can see, we like